Okay, I'm going to replace the starter. First I'll unscrew this screw here. I'll unclip here and this electrical connection. Okay, and I'll unclip this hose right here. Had to pull that white clip up there and just slide this box to the right. Pull this box out, filter here. And undo those screws down there. Okay, just unscrewing these with a 10mm tool here. Okay, so I have to get those bolts out, slide it towards the engine, and disconnect the wires that go through that clip. The flathead screwdriver like this is good enough to get that clip out. So now we can see the starter motor there, and we're going to start to unscrew that now. Okay, so here's the new motor here. So I don't really need to disconnect this or that because that just holds this housing together. I need to get the screw that's over here and the one on the other side. So I got to get deep into there and find those. So using the new motor as a template, I got to disconnect this wire right here, which appears to be right down there where I have the light shined on it. I'm also going to need a 14mm wrench to disconnect that bolt right there, and there's one more bolt on the other side right down there. Okay, I couldn't get that clip undone there, but I'm going to unbolt the motor, the starter motor from the motor, and then once I have that loose, I should be able to turn it over to disconnect that electrical. So my 14mm ratchet here was too long to fit down here to get this other bolt, but I was able to use a 9/16 inch on a wrench that isn't as long or wide. So I'm able to fit it in there, and it did open up the bolt, so now I just have to loosen it. Okay, so I was able to unscrew those two bolts. I basically just loosened them and then unscrew them with my hand, and I pulled the motor out. You can see the gear there. So now I just have to work on this electrical clip, and then I should be able to remove it completely. Okay, I was able to use some pliers and pinch the clip and then wiggle it and pull it out. So now I should be able to pull out the whole motor. Let's see here. Still got to work with the clip around this copper screw here, which is right down there. I was able to move that lid open. Now I got to figure out how to disconnect that. Okay, just figured out for another YouTube video that I unscrew that with a 12mm ratchet. Okay, so I removed that connector, and now I should be able to pull out the whole motor, which I can, and just got to put in the new one now. Okay, so here's the new motor on the top and the old motor on the bottom, so just need to do everything in reverse order. Okay, so because of the position of this connection on the starter motor, I'm attaching that first, and I'll screw it in with the 12mm ratchet, and then I'll get that other connection in, and then I'll push it into the motor. So I push the starter motor into the regular motor. Now I just have to connect those two 14mm bolts. Probably use the 9/16 inch ratchet on the left hand side there where I didn't have as much clearance. So I finger tightened the bolt on the right there. Plan to do the same for the bolt on the left, and then I'll tighten them both with the ring. Okay, I got the starter in. I did just start the car. Need to put this air box in, but the car did start. So now the finish. Okay, it looks like that bottom bolt on the left here has been sheared off, so I only have these two bolts to attach. First I gotta slide the connector in. Okay, so I clipped some of those cables back into place, finger tighten these bolts, so I just gotta tighten up those bolts in the bottom of this air box at the filter. Now just put the lid on. Probably best to at least hand push this into the hose, then put it in and then get this box back on. Just need to tighten this screw and close up these two screwed on. Got these clips in place. Time to start it again. The car wouldn't start fully, and I did an engine code check. It came up with a P0100 code, which said the mass airflow sensor. And then I noticed that I didn't have everything clipped back in, so hopefully when I clip this in, it'll work. That clipped back in, so let's see if it works now. Well, it seems to be working now that I reinstalled all the parts I took out. So, I didn't take out the battery during this repair. You might want to for better clearance or safety reasons. That's all, folks.